Alright, chat. Sometimes you've spent the last 3 hours being an intellectual and playing islands against other people's islands and sequencing counter spells and trying to finish off Tefrees, and at the end of the day, you just want to smash. And so that's what we're here to do. We've got some green-black cards, we've got some Wildgrowth Walkers, we've got some Golgari Safari going on here. We're curving up into Vivien and Carnage Tyrant. Let's smash some nerds. Let's get them. Let's jam my big, uncounterable dinosaur down their throat. Do you play decks for free, though, or do you have to pay to play? For subscribers, it's $10 to add a deck to the queue. So full details on how my deck queue works, along with how long decks have to wait to be played, can be found on my website. At the end of the day, you just want to smash. I mean, can't we all relate to that? Can't we all? Turn 2 Safari, turn 4 Vivien, in. Old boy Merlin, thank you very much for the Prime support. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month. I appreciate that. Sounds like birds. I am told from people who play the Phoenix deck that this matchup is bad for green-black. I have never played this matchup from the green-black side, so I'm unsure if that is true. I've made a mistake here. So I did this thing that I often do, which is I decide what play I'm making before I draw my card for the turn, and then occasionally that leads me to the bad place of I didn't reassess after I drew my card. So when I drew the second Llanowar Elves, I should have cast Llanowar Elves plus Merfolk Branchwalker on 2, because I could have played Vivien Reid this turn on 3. Just one deck tonight. This is the third deck tonight hider. I started a little bit early. That one can stay right there. That being said, if we're gonna win this matchup, it probably involves a draw like this, right? Like, we're about to be very aggressive here. We have 4 big dumb dinos in the 75. Welcome to Thunderdome. Iced. Oh, I missed your donation too. Sorry, I've just been all over the place. Jeskai, Niv Izzet, here we come. Can you respond? Can you do me a favor and respond to the email letting me know that you sent the donation in but forgot to attach it? That'll just give me a reminder. Doom Whisperer has to make this matchup much better, I'd imagine.
Let's tear. No one said restoration was
painless. Boop it on the nose. That being said, Carney T. Maybe I'm supposed to attack with the elf there, which is like they're likely trading with the 3-2 anyways. So you're dead.
You can't stop nature.
You can't stop nature. All right. Scavenger sounds great. Trophy sounds great. Is this a Duress matchup? I always go back and forth on if I want Duress in this matchup in various decks. MTGO doesn't output the data that we need for that to work, unfortunately. What do you think of this? Ravenous Chupacabra is not that good. I guess Chupacabra is fine. We like this. I kind of like this. Duress is good if they have like dive downs and stuff. Like I could see swapping Chups for Duress here. Like he's a little bit clunky. This leaves me 11 cards that cost more than 3. Chups is good against Niv. Duress is good against counterspell based decks. Carnage Tyrant's not that good. I don't know. So like, one of the things that you have to do against decks like the Drake's deck is you need to actually crush people. And like, if you just give them time to sit there and spin their tires, it's not going to work anymore. Bought my first paper Magic deck in years since Shards of Alara, and it's all because of Hoagland at Arena. That's awesome, Captain. I'm playing Paper Standard for the first time in years, and it's definitely because of Arena. Well, this is an excellent Hearthstone hand. Unfortunately, this is Magic the Gathering, so we're going to have to mulligan, try and find some lands. We have the combo, chat, and we get to curve Duress right into it. Perfect. Snap it off here. Could this hand actually get better? This is actually just like the Stone Cold Perfects. I think this is actually the Stone Cold Perfects. Nah, I'm gonna take the Ionize. I just want to make sure both of these resolve. No, I think the cast down's better than the elf. Yeah, buddy. Who's adorable and bigger than a light lava coil? Who's bigger than a lava coil? Yes, you are, little Wildgrowth Walker. You're bigger than a lava coil. Grow, my children, grow. Get him. That one can stay right there. Right there. Smash. Punted. Should have waited to play my land. Could have played a tapped land. They need a Bacon Bolt, and they only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I guess Bacon Bolt kills this. All right, yeah, Bacon Bolt's like always lethal. Yeah, I can cast down here, but I'm pretty unlikely to need to cast down, and I think I'd much rather have just gotten the tapped land into play. Small thing on my part. We have gone on a safari. Oh no! Oh no, our safari's ending, chat. Rude. Wow. Way to ruin a perfectly good safari opponent. Are they blocking? Get out of here. They're not blocking. I think this is. Yeah! Stomp, stomp, roar, baby. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. Deploy the impeccable Death Lizard.
Every problem has a solution.
Land. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. I think with the double lizard in my hand, I want to just try and contain the Rail Zarek here.
Decision time.
There's a good chance they flip a Phoenix into play this turn. There's only one of those in here, right? Yeah. Hitting a land is good for us. Woof. Woof. Rude. Alright, at least I get to exile their stupid bird. Gobble, gobble. I assume that Rail's gonna kill my scavenger next turn. Really? Okay.
Time to choose. Always so exciting.
Time to choose. Always so exciting. Always so exciting. Yeah, Drake's killed pretty quickly though. Woof. Woof. Even the impeccable Death Lizard might have a hard time cracking that one. That is a tough nut to crack. I think that makes me want Chupacabra.
Just want to peek. The weight is killing me.
You can't peck him. He has armor. He's impeccable. Come on now. I think we've actually just like gotten stuffed here, huh? I'm not sure. I'm not sure that 2 dinos is gonna do it. They don't have black mana, dispersal doesn't matter. Got my 7/6 with trample and I'm ready to plow. Oh, the 5K things at SCG Con similar to Classics. Yeah, basically they just pay cash instead of tickets. Alright, so they've got 8, 9, 10, 11 butt in play. Yeah, we're good. Alright, I'm gonna put the Chupacabras back in my deck here. Murmuring Mystic, real good. Murmuring Mystic, too strong, please nerf. Is this the last deck tonight? I think so. I'm a little bit tired. I'm an old man. We've only been playing for like 15 minutes though, so I think I'm gonna go for like another hour or so. Usually play about 90 minutes, give or take. You want to shave elves? Get out of here. Murmuring Mystic is thick Talrand. Is Vinemare fallen out of standard? It is not a card that's particularly popular, Black Stark Wind. The Stompy style decks that were really playing Vinemare at the start of the format kind of have basically vanished. Man, I can't believe we lost Duress, Wildgrowth Walker, Jadelight. That was a strong curve. Really impressive out of the opponent's deck. Play Elf next turn, play Carnage Tyrant on 4. Yep, in. So I played the Overgrown Tomb this turn rather than the Forest because they knew about the Overgrown Tomb, and this way they don't know that I guaranteed have a 6th mana for my Carnage Tyrant next turn. Man, who wanted to cut the Carnage Tyrants in this matchup? They want to raise their hand in chat for the rest of the class. Definitely should cut that card, right? Just kill him. Just smash, chat. Blow him up. Blow him up. What a curve, right? That was... Real decks have curves, chat. Never forget. Real decks have curves. Face Dino. Dino face. And that... So, like... One of the things I love about this format is that... Yes, there are matches that are good and bad, but if you're coming from a place like Modern, the bad matches in this format aren't like... Tron versus Jund bad or Tron versus Fair Deck bad. The bad matches in this format are like 60-40. Like they have play to them. You can have sideboard cards that skew them for you, and you have meaningful decisions that still allow you to play a game of Magic. Feel like a lot of us have been hurt by Modern. Where did Modern hurt you, Chad? SCN needs a black source, but I've got a Safari, so we're gonna keep it. I've been hurt by Frontier. Dig. Alright, I mean, that's better than missing, I guess. Awkward. I have the impeccable Death Lizard in my hand against Jeskai, though, so that bodes well for our hero. Yeah, you go exploring. You go on a safari. This Merfolk Branchwalker is clearly in a jungle, chat. You explore the jungle on a safari. Come on now. Swamp. Hopefully, we eventually draw lands and these are relevant. Hopefully. Okay. Cooking with gas. Yep, basically the Rex, you're not wrong. How much was my hotel? I'm staying, friend of a friend booked the hotel that I'm staying in. So I actually don't know what it's gonna cost for the weekend. I should probably find that out. I think the 24 land count in this deck might be a bit greedy. Like, we're trying to get to 5 and 6 consistently. I don't know, maybe it's fine with the explore creatures. Maybe. Yeah, we have a lot of tools for this matchup for sure out of the sideboard. Like, it feels bad that we're getting stuffed here because, like, we drew a bunch of Carnage Tyrants and not lands, but... I love utility lands, chat. Utility lands are the best kind of lands, okay? All I'm saying is, if everybody in the world loved utility lands as much as I love utility lands, far fewer people would stumble and die in Magic the Gathering. How stable have you found Arena? Relatively stable. It has an occasional crash when the game ends and the opponent's portrait explodes, but that's it. Yeah, it doesn't happen on all systems, Duo.
Hold that thought.
Yeah, the only thing that doesn't work via Linux through Wine is the automatic updater doesn't work. But the actual arena itself runs fine. Unity applications work very well through Wine.
Keep up the pace.
Burn player, I'm what you could refer to as a Magic Online and Magic Arena power user. In relation to a lot of other people that use these applications, I use them a lot, you could say. It's probably safe to say I use them more than most people. I hit a lot of use cases for them. Do I want this stupid Brontodon? Do I want Brontodon or do I want all four Llanowar Elves? Wine is not an emulator. In fact, Wine is a recursive acronym that means Wine is not an emulator. Wine is a compatibility layer. No, I think Bind is great. Bind grinds out card advantage. I'm gonna leave all the elves in. I don't know, we didn't see Seal Away or Binding. And like, those types of enchantments generally get boarded out in this matchup when I play the other side, so I'm gonna hope that they do the same. I will say that's one of the nicest things about Artifact since I've been playing that. Artifact has a native Linux client. Because Gaben believes in the superior operating systems. Praise Gaben. The enchantments tend to be bad against green black because they have lots of planeswalkers that can take them away. Like Vivien and 6 mana Vraska and 4 mana Vraska, just lots of ways to punish basically. All right, so I'm gonna take Justice Strike here. I'm gonna take Justice Strike here. Just try and get my pressure on. Well, we found our lands from last game, chat. Taruk, thank you for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. All right, so if they settle me, they have to have a Disdainful Stroke or a Negate to counter this Vivien, so I think I'm okay with that. They can't settle me and play a 3-mana counterspell. Listen, if your username has multiple words in it and you don't capitalize the starting letter of each of those words, you cannot blame the streamer for not recognizing different words in your name. That's all I'm saying. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you, Avatar. Those Amazon buckaroos pay my bills. If I lead on the Vivien, they could just play a 3-mana counterspell and then take a hit for 6, which is not ideal. Underscore is also good. That is true. All of our friends are dead, chat. It's cold and it's dark. Playing these mid-range decks against Jeskai is just like a steaming dumpster fire. A steaming dumpster fire of sadness. How do you think the Sultai control deck does against Jeskai? I think the black-based control decks that have access to Thought Erasure and Duress tend to come out ahead against the non-black control decks.
Every problem has a solution. Decisions.
Yeah, I think we're about done here. We're vastly approaching the no return territory, or quickly approaching the no return territory. Okay, and I've got an answer for this idiot, and I've got an answer for this other one here. All right. So you're saying there's a chance. I'm gonna go ahead and attack them for 1 here. So I'm gonna put a stop on my opponent's upkeep. So this is a thing that's important to do for sequencing against counterspell decks. I want to play my removal spells during my opponent's upkeep, and the reason for this is this way, if my opponent has a counterspell for my removal spell, they have to use their mana on their after they've untapped, basically using the mana up for an extra turn cycle. Whereas if I trophy on my turn, they get to basically use that mana and then untap with it right away. You should Contempt Ral. I don't think so. I guess I could save this for Azcanta, but like if they're Azcanting, I'm probably gonna run them down with these. Like, I don't think I'm winning if the game's going long here, right? I need to just get under them.
Signs indicate that hurt.
I also honestly wasn't expecting that to resolve, if I'm being completely honest. I know you're busy, and I promise, but is Pirates on the table tonight? It is not. This is gonna be my last deck tonight, I think. All right, so if they have two mana counters, they can save Nick or Niv. Yep. They need two answers, right? Because Vivien's coming off the top of my deck.
I've seen things that would break someone like you.
Yeah, Dino. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. This is no longer. This is now on Dino duty. Do I listen to any good MTG podcasts? None with. Really? How do you change your Twitch username? No idea offhand. Is that something I've ever done? I've been Jeff Hogland everywhere for a very long time now. Deploy the Death Lizard. Lizard Gizzard. If you have two of the same card with the same artwork, MTG Arena is smart and plays the one that's revealed when you drag one out. For people that are not familiar. If they have expansion or a second Clarion, they can clear this out. I'll pick it back up. Sure, that also works. Death Lizard, please. Most decks use Planeswalkers. Most non-aggressive decks use Planeswalkers because Planeswalkers are the best source of card advantage in Magic, generally speaking.
My shield.
Memorial the Death Lizard. Ionize the Llanowar Elf. That bodes well for our hero chat. Ionize the Llanowar Elf. That bodes well. Bodes well for us. This is the last deck of the evening. We started early tonight. I've been going for almost 4 hours now. I might play a couple games of Artifact to wind down after I'm done, but this is gonna be the last Magic deck. To be fair, the Elf plus Carnage Tyrant was lethal, like they're 8 points together.
Meet my newest friend.
Meet my newest friend. Doo-doo. Yeah, correct. Ionize cannot be redirected. Let's put some on the bottom in a random order, right? Yeah. It's so weird to me that some of these cards are templated as random order and some of these cards are templated as any order. Are you dead yet? They've only played one Cleansing Nova, right? They're through one Nova, one Settles. Like, there's a good chance we get Nova'd here. Or they find a Settle the Wreckage, one of the two. Teferi, sure. So they can Teferi plus Nova here? That's gross.
No
Alright, that means they don't have the answer yet.
me later.
Yep.
No one knows the wilds like I do.
I'm supposed to just punch them in the throat, right? I'm supposed to just punch them in the throat. I think I'm supposed to just punch them in the throat. Don't think smash. Yep. Truer words. They did untap Azcanta. Azcanta's this little one right here. Are you excited to play this game on your cell phone? Leave that friendo right there, Mr. Jadelight, Mrs. Jadelight, however you identify Jadelight. Leave that one right there, Ranger. Leave it right on top of the deck. What's going on, gaming? Did that Azcanta just miss? I think it just missed. Huh. No, there's we bottomed a Carnage Tyrant at some point. Although we've activated this enough times that maybe we've looped back around to the Carnage Tyrant we bottomed earlier. Mighty Morphin Jadelight Ranger. How many Novas and Settles do you think they have? Probably a combination of like 4 between the two. So I'd expect them to have like 2 more. Yeah, they might be through their whole deck with Azcanta at this point. There's only 21 cards left. So if they just shot that, that means they're dead, right? That's what that means. That means this Death Lizard is lethal. Your face. Rude. Bye-bye, Death Lizard. You shall be replaced. Next. Can I get a new Death Lizard, please? Yeah, Death Lizard. Death Lizards. Do-do-do-do. All right, their only answer is a sweeper here anyway, so we're not playing the second one. Yeah, I'm gonna play a couple games of Artifacts for this. I think I'm 2-1 or 1-1 in a constructed gauntlet or whatever they call them. Now it's all 4, baby. Vivien, caller of Death Lizards. Things that Death Lizard is still lethal through. That.
Hold that thought.
Hold that thought.
Just want to peek. The weight is killing me.
Yeah, we picked a Death Lizard back up. So this is the 4th Carnage Tyrant we've cast. Vivien and the Death Lizard sounds like an awesome metal band, right? All right, well, Vivien shoots one of these and then Carnage Tyrant tramples over because he's my boy. Do they have another Teferi? They could play another Teferi and tuck Vivien here. If they have a fourth Teferi, they can play it, keep the new one, and tuck Vivien. Am I getting explosioned? Are they explosioning Vivien for 6 here? I think we're getting explosioned. I think Vivien's about to get explosioned for 6. Oh, vomit.
Okay, so you've got claws.
Holy crap, what a game. What a game. Woof.
Come to me.
Woof. Wow. Holy crap. Whew. Man, that game was so tough, it killed Arena. It was so brutal that Arena died. It was so brutal that Arena was like, nope, peace out. Peace right on out. That game makes me want to register nothing but Grixis dragons from like now until eternity. If you want to put Jeskai control in their place, you want to play Grixis dragons. Why is Arena crash so often for you? Know, it has nothing to do with wine. That crash happens on certain Windows configurations too. I should probably try changing the Windows version I'm emulating, or compatibility layer is reporting as. Sometimes that changes things like that. How is the Grixis versus Green-Black matchup? I think it's a little bit hard for Grixis. Yeah, that crash. Yeah, Allie, I was gonna say, I've watched some other stream where I've seen that crash happen frequently too. The Drakes are 4/4s or 4 toughness creatures, and Carnage Tyrant only has 7 attack. So he'd do 4 to one Drake and 3 to the other. Sweet. I think this is the first match we've played tonight where islands weren't involved on one side of the table. Take a little bit of a breather. No intellectual magic here. Just pure primal carnage. Pure primal carnage, chat. Woo! Found a piece of candy. It's important here that I play the Jadelight before I play my land for the turn, so I could do this and draw a land that comes into play tapped and save myself a little bit of tempo here. Yeah, I agree. Carnage Tyrant should fly. It's a travesty that he doesn't. More elves, yep. There's a Chupacabra. So this is a small thing, but I want to make sure to trade my Jadelight with specifically their Merfolk Branchwalker, even though their creatures both have the same stat line. And the reason for this is my opponent's deck, like mine, has a lot of ways to bring their creatures back from their discard pile to play. So if they're picking a creature back up from their discard pile, I'd rather they're picking up the worst of their 2 creatures. So I could play this Wildgrowth Walker out, but like I'd rather be resource efficient this turn. And this is gonna chew this up anyways. Just wanna like get in and smash, I think. So this is gonna come down and eat this. I'll trade these here. We'll take 3. We'll start slamming big dumb dinos until my opponent's dead in the doorframe. Which guild is everybody most excited for in the next set, and why is it Simic? Feel free to let me know in chat. God, look at all these people letting me know how wrong they are. I'm a Tefri-loving piece of dog poop. Give me the what's it called? Yep. Chupacabra! Just get him. Chups is hungry. I'll push the advantage here while they're behind. They're stumbling a little bit. Want to make sure they don't catch back up. Finks, thank you very much for the Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. Hey, Rainy Day, welcome. Thanks for sharing your Prime this way. Y'all ready to gain some life? Y'all ready to gain some life? Let's go on a safari. Growl, so I can play Jund monsters, elf into Rabble Master. Yeah, that's pretty good. Don't really want that. Triggers. Would you like to race? So we're done here. Wildgrowth Walker's a hell of a drug, chat. It is a heck of a drug. All right, extra Carnage, extra trophies, Midnight Reaper, Scavenger. What do I cut? Some ends seem easy. Am I supposed to trim the Llanowar Elves? Is that absurd? Yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to trim the Elves because they're good with Midnight Reaper. Is it cast down? So like, Wildgrowth Walker was like okay there, but is that the trim? I feel like that might be the trim, looking at everything that I have here in front of me. I definitely think I cut the Wildgrowth Walker before I cut a bunch of the Explorer creatures. I think the Llanowar Elves are worth keeping in because I have 3 Midnight Reapers. So like when Llanowar Elf, the reason to cut it would be because it has diminishing returns in the late game. But because I have access to Midnight Reaper reduces the diminishing returns on a card like Llanowar Elf because it lets it draw a card later. Magic the Gathering will have its next set release sometime in January, so it's a little over a month still. I think it's about 6 weeks actually. I think like 2nd or 3rd week of January if I recall. I don't know, like I said, I think if I didn't have access to Midnight Reaper, I would cut the Elves in a heartbeat, but I think Midnight Reaper changes the calculus on it. I'm gonna decline this trade here because I would like to make this trade while I have a Midnight Reaper in play, because then it's not really a trade. I end up ahead. January 25th. Oh, that's longer than I thought. So it's like 2 months from now. That is longer than I thought. That's what she said. And again, when both of these are the same size, I want to trade with the weaker one rather than this one. So that way when they buy, if and when they buy it back. Temple of Tilt, Temple of Tilt. Do, 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 do. You're a teensy bit behind at the moment. If you were to play an RPG for Modern this weekend, would you play Hardened Scales, or is it like Hardened Scales not close? The 3 decks I was between for the SCG Invitational were Elves, Hardened Scales, and Amulet Titan. Those are my 3 of my favorite decks in Modern right now. I'm gonna play this and start generating card advantage.
Come to me.
Alright. No, I'm going to the Invitational. I got a plane ticket and everything.
You have to do better than that.
Was just about to say I need a Death Lizard of my own, and then my deck delivered.
Wilds are my shield.
And then my deck delivered. Thud. We'll have Modern League once new sets come out. No, Modern's never coming to Arena. Almost certainly not. I should do this, right? Because she can find me another Death Lizard.
Now we're getting started.
Pirates is my favorite deck in Standard right now. Woo! This Finality is about to be real good.
I've seen things that would break someone like you.
Man, I feel like we tossed them around in a not particularly kind way here. You just lose cards in rotation when it happens, or does no one know yet? They haven't officially announced, or have they? There's gonna be Magic's gonna get a new format. There's gonna be a new format of Magic that will exist, starting with cards that exist in Arena. Wow, I guess they need an answer to my Death Lizard.
No one knows the wilds like I do.
No one knows the wilds like I do. I think I want to go ahead and play this proactively, just like get this Carnage Tyrant out of their graveyard here, so they can't draw Finality or something for it. My friend. Carnage Tyrant has hexproof. Not in the graveyard, it doesn't. Not in the graveyard, it doesn't. My cost is $10 because $10 is how much it costs to buy the stream for an hour. Will Frontier come back? No, Frontier was a format that a store in Japan made up to sell Magic cards that weren't modern playable. Frontier was likely, a large part of Frontier's fun was likely because it was casual. So Frontier was effectively casual Magic. It was a Magic format with a lot of sets in it that no one had any reason to innovate in, and there was no real payoff for doing well and breaking things. All right, Mr. Death Lizard. You and I are going places. We're gonna see people and do things. Well, they're missing land drops, which makes the Death Lizard even better. Mono blue-red usually has a real hard time with this card, and Izzet Guildgate likely implies that they're not splashing another color, especially Shock 2. Jeskai doesn't usually play Guildgate or Shock. I can see there, that's fine. Your relationship with Carnage Tyrant and the way you talk about it has been my favorite part of the stream recently. I mean, he's a good dude. Carney T and I, we go way back. He's just, you know, teaches the control players who's boss. All right, well, we'll probably find out if they have a third color here. He's dead, Jim. How many counter spells do you think are in their hand? How many keyboards do you think Carnage Tyrant is responsible for breaking? I feel like Carnage Tyrant's probably broken more keyboards than any other card in Magic Arena. Like a very real chance. At least 100. It broke mine.
Choose wisely, because the other one's going bye-bye.
The other one's going bye-bye. All right, so since they're still at 20 here, Carnage Tyrant is definitely on stuff rail duty this turn. Like, put him in a little box in the corner. Nobody loves you, Rail Zarek. Nobody loves you. That's true. That's true. Teferi's probably broken far. Well, does Teferi really break the keyboard, or does the plethora of counter spells break the keyboard? I feel like it's the things that surround Teferi that frustrate people more than Teferi himself. It's the counter spells that tilt people off, right? Carnage Tyrant has broken no keyboards. It can't reach it with its stubby little arms. Don't talk about his arms like that. He's very sensitive. It's really rude. I probably should have done this at end of turn. It's fine. Counter me, baby. Force someone to sack their own Vraska with Plaguecrafter. That's the best. Just like kill your Plaguecrafter in response to the trigger. I'm gonna bin that. I'm just looking for more threats at this point. I was about to say, oops, I should have kept the Contempt. My deck knew it was up. My deck knew it was best for me. How would you react if they banned Carnage Tyrant? God, Teferi would be like an $80 card if they banned Carnage Tyrant. It's like, wouldn't you just like, please deliver me from Arena? No, but nobody wants to play against, nobody wants to play this format with Carnage Tyrant banned. Just like, I would like to go on record stating that nobody wants to play Standard if Carnage Tyrant's not legal. You might think you want to play Standard without Carnage Tyrant legal. You're wrong. You're wrong. This is a giant safety valve on this format. This is the safety valve holding back the dam. Chromium is better. Chromium's harder to cast, and he's harder to protect. He costs cards to protect. So, I expect my opponent to kill less of my creatures in a matchup like this, so I did board out one Find Finality. In. Do I usually stream this late on Wednesdays? Yep. Yeah, I try to do, I do daytime streams. Actually, I usually stream even later than this on Wednesdays. I actually started early tonight. So you can always find my schedule on my website. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday morning, and then Wednesday nights, as well as Friday afternoons into evening. And then other random times as things permit, but those are my guaranteed schedule up there usually. And then as I say that, I'm going to put the asterisk that I'm going to an event next weekend, so my schedule next week's going to be a little bit different. Any changes to the schedules for the holidays? Maybe? I need to talk to the boss about that. Find out what our plans are. Probably. I might shift time around. I'll still do 40 hours in a week, but they might not be the normal hours that I do. Yep. No, I slept on the costume too long, and none of the good costumes have Prime shipping, and I'm just not going to be able to get a costume. Like, I can't, like, set a goal and then reasonably get my costume here guaranteed before my flight leaves on Thursday next week, so I'm just going to go as boring old Jeff. Boring old Jeff top 8 at a few invitationals. One. I punted my way out of a second. And I had back-to-back win-ins at a second and messed them up. I mean, who doesn't want to be smart and thin? Smart and thin is great. It's like the opposite of fat and dumb. Nobody wants to be fat and dumb. Most people want to be smart and thin. I like being fat and dumb. Thank you very much. Listen. We don't kink shame here. If being dumb is fat and dumb is your kink, there's no shame in that. No kink shaming around these parts. I'll be bringing any merchandise with me. I'm pretty sure it's against the rules to sell stuff like that there. What's it called? Inkling Customs that works at that vends at all of the Star City things. She'll probably be there though, and she has some of my tokens. She's the artist that did my tokens. She sells them as well. I think we might be dead, Jim. I think we might be dead. That's fine. That's why we get to play game 3 here. Alright. What are the odds this Vraska's Contempt resolves? 0? Less than 0? Because shocking yourself is a cost, and you can't, if you only have 1 life, you can't pay a cost of 2. Fine. Not amazing, but I'd like to do something before turn 3, but definitely not mulliganing this with some lands. No, if you don't have health, you can't pay health. That is not how that works. Right on time, 2-drop. Thanks for dropping in. These explorers should hopefully help us hit the Carnage Tyrant on time. It's a great draw. Helps us shore up some of our issues that they could have with our opponents sticking threats. Chupacabra! Stop it. Stop it. Rude. What makes this greedy? The title that the person wrote on the deck list when they submitted it to me. Chupacabra is hungry, chat. Chupacabra is hungry. Gobble, gobble. Missing a land feels bad, but killing the Chupacabra feels good, so we'll call it a wash. Call it a wash. Chupanabra. That's just A+ right there. Just some good clean meme in. Alright, so I'm gonna go Branchwalker into Midnight Reaper here, I think. They're obviously holding a counterspell up, so I prefer to double spell this turn, so that way I can add more pressure to the table, rather than like playing my 5-mana spell and then playing a counterspell and like stopping my entire turn. Oh. I like that we killed my 2/1 instead of my 2/2. I guess they just don't want me to get the 2/2 back, so that makes sense, I guess. Welcome to the Space Jam. Yeah, buddy, you like how that sequencing last turn? Got our Vivien to resolve.
People,
Where's your syncopate now, opponent? Where's your syncopate now? Alright, are we done here? Does the chain of death lizards begin next turn, end the game? It's gonna be like lightning strike, untap lightning strike. Just like double lightning strike my divination. Or my cantrip. Whoo! You don't have another one. That's really good for me.
you can't stop nature.
Oh, death lizard. You ready to smash, chat? Who's got 2 stumpy arms is ready to smash? Yeah, bye, friend. Nice blue-red deck. Nice blue-red deck, opponent. Am I a fan of black-green over the Drake-style decks in the format? So, like, people always want to know, like, what are the best decks? 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 The best decks in this format, in my opinion, are Jeskai Control, blue-red Drakes, and green-black. I think all 3 of these decks are very reasonable. They all put up really consistent results. And the big takeaway from these 3 archetypes is there's 100 different ways to build every one of these decks. This build of green-black seemed pretty trim. I feel like we've got 4 of all the important cards. Our kind of card advantage and go over the top here is nice, evenly spread. I like the 4th Carnage Tyrant in the sideboard. That being said, like, I feel like this archetype is just so unexciting. I feel like there's so many sweet things you can do in this format, and like, this deck just isn't doing any of them. Like, at the end of the day, like you said, sometimes you just want to like crush people with a dinosaur, dragon, whatever kind of creature this is called. But I feel like all things considered, like, it's just kind of dry, and that's super subjective. I liked the build, I liked the details this deck has going into it, but as far as like the sweet factor goes, this one's kind of low on the totem pole. I actually kind of like no Find Broker. Find Broker feels kind of clunky, and I think I prefer these 3 cards as our top end. Like, cards that cost 4+ mana are really clunky. Having access to a bunch of Vraska's Contempt makes your Drakes match up better, stuff like that. All right, what are we doing?